It's the sun's just come out, which makes a nice change from the torrential rain. Today, I'm going to just recap on the 6 golden rules that I've shared with you over the last 6 days, and also to give you some ideas about what to snack on. So to recap, the way to resist sugary and refined carbs is to keep your blood sugars balanced. And particularly at the moment, this kind of desire to eat refined carbohydrates is probably higher because you're stuck at home, you're in your kitchen if you're working like I am, and there's too much temptation around. So I'll just recap over the 6 rules to just give you the kind of the strength to stop snacking. So the first one is to not leave big gaps between meals. If you leave more than 3 to 4 hours between eating, your blood sugars will be low and you'll be driven to choose a fast releasing snack. So in terms of that, my kind of advice about meals and snacks would be have breakfast. Most people can manage the gap between breakfast and lunch, but the gap between lunch and dinner is usually far too long for most people. So that's where you should be having a mid-afternoon snack. So timing's important. The second rule is to always have protein every time you eat, and that applies to when you have a snack as well. So this slows down the release of energy from a meal, keeps your blood sugars more stable. The third rule is to choose unrefined carbohydrates. So by that I mean whole grains, so wholemeal bread over white bread, wholemeal pasta over white pasta, brown rice over white pasta, because these foods release their energy more slowly. The fourth rule was to eat more whole foods. So whole foods are things in their natural state. So things like vegetables, oats. These things are naturally designed to release their energy more slowly. Then the sixth, always hungry. Marie Claire's just said she's always hungry. These rules will help. Following these rules will help. Yesterday we talked about having more essential fats in your diet. So this enables the better signaling of the hormone insulin. And there's one that I've forgotten. Oh yes, caffeine. Don't punctuate your day with lots of cups of coffee because they cause a blood sugar high that's followed by a crash. So start implementing all of those rules and you'll see that your cravings will diminish because your blood sugars will be much better managed. And I wanted to give you some ideas for snacks because we haven't really spoken about that. So remember, they've always got to combine slow releasing carbohydrate and protein. So a very straightforward snack would be a piece of fruit and a handful of nuts or seeds. And when we think about fruit, you want to be avoiding tropical fruit like bananas, mangoes, pineapple, and grapes because they're high in sugar. But all of the other fruit are fine. They're absolutely fine. Berries in particular are really good. But every time you have fruit, you must have some protein. So you could have a handful of seeds, nuts, some yogurt, a piece of cheese, just to offset the release of that carbohydrate. So fruit and nuts is one idea. Oat cakes are really versatile, and the rough ones are fantastic because they've hardly been refined. So your body's got to do a lot of work to break down the oat cakes and release their energy. But I would have these with some protein. So you can have nut butter, cream cheese, cottage cheese, pate, hummus would be great on an oat cake. But just remember, whatever you put on it has got to be protein based so that you get that balance of protein and carbohydrate. Or you could have hummus with raw vegetables. That would be a really nice snack. Or a nice idea that we do for our tasting tables when we do corporate events is to fill the kind of the inside of a stick of celery, the kind of the whole, with nut butter or cream cheese. That's a really nice snack. Plain yogurt with some berries would be a nice snack. So the yogurt is your protein, the berries the carbohydrate. Or if you're feeling a little bit more hungry, you could add some granola into that. So a low sugar granola would be good. And another really lovely idea is half an avocado and fill the whole of where the pit was with pine nuts and olive oil. That's a delicious, very indulgent treat. So hopefully I've given you some ideas for snacks. try some of them out. Let me know the kind of snacks you would choose now that you know all the rules. And tomorrow I'm going to talk through some shop bought snacks, and we can decide whether we think they are good or bad choices. Mary Claire's asking, does fruit and nut chocolate count? No, not if it's dairy milk. But what I would say, if you are a fan of chocolate, dark chocolate and Brazil nuts eaten together, or any nut really, apart from peanuts, with dark chocolate is a good snack. So dark chocolate's full of antioxidants. It's low in sugar if you choose, 70% or above, not flavored. Very low in sugar, but you can have that with a handful of nuts, and that would be a delicious treat, and it would fit the rules. Yes, she's going to try yogurt and berries, so that's really good. But no, don't think that sweet treats are off the menu. It's just about choosing the right ones. So yes, thank you for listening, and I'll be back tomorrow with some shop bought snacks. So see you then. Bye.